Everybody out here was against oppression. This is too many police riots right now. I agree.
Deceptive intelligence. It's called
I need this to be
deceptive intelligence. Y'all are smart devils. All of you.
I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to figure out what it was
They talk about this shit doing Black History Month right after Savior's Day.
Okay,
forget it. So that's how
but on a much lower level. They couldn't come in. That's why
they're saying they're offended by Hold on. I know you. If they said they're offended by the posting, I'm not acknowledging the offense, so we don't have all of this.
It was said why it was necessary. No, there's people even saying, I was killed. Call the police!
So I gotta. This is just so you all can have an understanding.
Oh, what's going on? God sent Donald Trump.
It's too much.
And then begged Donald Trump to try to get
This is too much.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting on them.
You take the spirit of Farrakhan in Chicago. Are you serious, brother? The spirit of the honorable. Who has the name honorable? The spirit of the minister. Who has the name minister? Not went to school.
So basically what's happening is there's a clashing of ideology, and there's a very heavy police presence. The RevCom put up a negative posting about the Minister Louis Farrakhan, and Black activists have come to the ward I'm running in, and there is a rift.
And not just for Black people, for all of humanity.
That's your voice is small. You're small. You're small.
We need a revolution.
I'm all right.
We need a revolution. It's a system of oppression. It has oppressed Black people for 400 years. It is a system of oppression that says that police through an actual revolution.
Okay, excuse me.
Now calm down, bro. Calm down, bro.
Not get one oppressed people to become fuller oppressors of other people. When Farrakhan had Donald Trump,
They put up a posting on the wall that was disrespectful to Farrakhan.
Here's the original leaflet. We passed it out at Savior's Day.
You passed it out?
They did. I was their lawyer there. It was pretty much like the Renaissance Fair.
Right, she's their lawyer.
I told him,
But
Sergeant Long, this is part of a tour to get
okay, but hold on.
organized.
Let me explain to him, because I got an understanding. I've been watching it. I got you, counsel. Thank you, counsel. They put up a posting that was against Farrakhan. It has offended the community. But this is a group that literally comes and tells people to revolt, to destroy the neighborhood, to fight y'all. And so the community has been tired of that for quite some time. That Farrakhan posting was the boiling over. So, and if you could look at them, none of them live over here, and they're definitely not Black. And so it's tension. It's all kinds of levels of tension. They need to go inside, or they need to disperse, because they're the ones that's the irritation.
there's a program for that.
In my biased opinion.
And there's an organization and everybody.
Okay. So can we please end this charade for the night and y'all listen. If y'all take y'all even inside. Okay, listen. Take it inside, then we can actually get this thing wrapped up out here, and then we can try to come to a conversation a little later. It's not gonna happen tonight because what you're doing is you're presenting yourself as if you're going to be defensive against the people who actually live here. That's against your goal. You look like you're defending something.
We're defending them against the people who want to attack the revolution, whether they have uniforms or not.
Okay. But the revolution is for who? Oppressed people? It's for humanity? Is it for oppressed people?
All oppressed people.
The people who are telling you they're offended, they are oppressed.
They all want to be oppressed.
Yeah, they are part of it. Right. Okay, so they are part of the oppressed people. You don't want to make them offensive to your message, right?
Look, man, we are having a conversation. We were having a conversation here tonight about what's the way forward to put an end to all oppression. Some people.
If you got something you really stand for,
This is what I'm telling you. They waiting on somebody to lock up. Everybody gonna be oppressed together. This got to end. Are you the leader? You gotta end this. Let's go inside. Let's go inside.
Okay, we are saying why we're here.
Violence. Can y'all help me?
Who want to come and attack us, they should actually see what they're doing.
I'm not here to attack you. I don't want to see this in my neighborhood.
Okay, look, you should want to see people talking about the real problem and the real solution, which is what we are out here doing.
Yeah, in a reasonable manner. This isn't reasonable.
Okay, well, what's reasonable is actually telling people the truth, okay? And now we were out here telling some truth, and some people want to attack us for it, okay? We can't control what other people are going to do when we tell the truth. I'm Noche Diaz.
Noche, I didn't march alongside you a lot of times. You know exactly who I am.
Okay,
I am not attacking you. What I'm saying is, this ain't working. Okay? This ain't working. Anybody that's oppressed look like fools right now because they look like y'all on opposite sides of the opinion.
Okay, that is on the people who want to attack, okay? We are out here to talk about the problem and the solution. And we have been saying a whole bunch of facts about what's the way forward, what's the problem, what does the Nation of Islam and Farrakhan himself say about the problem, and why that will not lead to anything good for oppressed people. And we can have that discussion anytime, anywhere.
Standing in that place. You all are the one causing violence. You all are the one who's fighting. You all are.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, you all are the ones.
That's why I hit myself. Fucking my white glove up. I came out.
This is crazy. You got all of this.
I'm for the struggle that we dealing with right now. You understand how this? Wake up your head and spit. You don't know that fucking struggle.
She should be harsh.
You know that struggle.
She should be harsh. Give somebody else a chance to speak. She's crazy. She's nuts. She's nuts.
So that's what I'm saying. I need y'all to stand down.
Uncle Rocket.
The fact that they are
They just exposed themselves. I had a good laugh all night. He called him Uncle Rocket.
There is no way. There is no way that this could be the right.
Radio signs.
Yeah, y'all get it. This ain't nothing.
Y'all ain't gotta worry about this. We got this.
The boys in blue to taxpayer dollars.
So they brought the damn van. Oh, what the heck?
He too busy being nosy. He being nosy.
We have a battle plan for how to be able to lead in this society.
They get in.
What society you gonna lead? You can't even shut up. Who gonna listen to you?
Hey, if anybody go to jail tonight, I am definitely gonna be taking that personal because you could end this right now, and I mean that. On either side, they can chill and y'all can chill. Don't nobody need to go to jail tonight. Okay, what I'm telling you is, you can't possibly, I can't go in your neighborhood and take a stance like this if they are offended. Where do you live? Do you live over
Right here.
Do you live
Right here.
Okay.
How do y'all pay rent? If you're against
If
capital,
anybody go to jail, I'm taking that personal, bro.
how do you pay rent?
Nobody go to jail tonight. It's not that. We don't need to do that.
Nobody needs to go to jail tonight.
Tell them
And if anybody gets attacked, we will defend them.
What you trying to put
If
it
you
on?
having a
Anybody who gets attacked by the police,
you
we
got
will
freedom
defend
of
them.
speech.
Okay?
Go if that's your facility, you can take your meeting to the facility.
We are in front of them.
You can go inside. Was it planned to be outside?
The police ain't my problem.
So why are you
That's
outside?
where everybody is. That's where people attacked our
Wave
side.
the banners and threw them to the ground.
Okay, council, we can do that. We can deal with that, but they need to go inside because this is going to become a volatile situation. You're their lawyer.
Well, when I did it worse, and I was in worse in '79. Okay, now it's a public sidewalk.
It is a public sidewalk. You are a lawyer. I'm just
Some
saying.
of these people to go on home. They don't rap. You know, come on. This is their office. They're doing something here. They've been here for more than a year. This is their second year on their run. When Harith Augustus got killed, they were right down there on the corner already past.
I'm aware. I've been seeing her. I've been seeing her marching for a long time. I'm saying that we need to do this. This needs to be done in a more peaceable and sensible way.
They scheduled a debate where people would sit and talk about the concept, but they're so offended they can't.
Y'all got more people showing up. This ain't gonna work.
Life and confusion. When you say something about Trump, I'm in Facebook jail. Got to prove my identity.
Listen, man, I just don't understand.
And they got some up here.
It can be ended several different ways. You know, they may look at it. I'm not saying that. If I thought they were on the verge of getting arrested, I'd tell them to go.
Man, we don't get for 28 days.
You know, they're filming and saying, get the hell out of South Shore. No, that's kind of stuff.
Joke. All y'all a bunch of jokers. Fuck all y'all.
Listen. If y'all want to start a revolution, don't do it in South Shore. Go to the White House.
Just your wife or you fucking
Go down there, man. Fucking joker. Ha. Joke. You a clown. You just part of a ploy. You're part of a ploy. Understand that?
I am amazed that y'all know how to be.
I did say they wear down. They haven't fizzled out.
Y'all jokers, man. It's time. Give it up. Y'all out of here. It's up. The jig is up. Give it up.
You got the revolution, you got neighborhood activists, and the police. This is a horrible situation.
Hell no.
Everybody do their own thing.
This is
And
crazy.
especially if I was in her community, the Marley community, with a side time I get on board. Not welcome.
Have y'all protested this capital?
I had to go live because I believe that it's the only way that this will be handled the correct way, and that's unfortunate.
But they've been a problem for years. And they always stand there and argue with the people, man. Now, I ain't with that, man. They just had to take that Farrakhan stuff down.
I
It's Black
understand.
History Month.
I understand.
Savior's Day just passed. And y'all want to bang on another brother with all this stuff going on? I don't never say nothing to them, man. I had words with them one time because of Frank. And Frank a OG. And I ain't finna let y'all say nothing to Frank. And I moved on with life, man. I ain't been thinking about these people. So I walk past and see that disrespectful sign.
Man, all right now, I'm getting irritated. It's dinner time. Everybody needs to go home. Everybody needs to calm down. Ain't nobody gonna win. I got to get home and get me something to eat. I got to go to bed because I got to canvas in the morning. Everybody leave. On both sides. On my soul. Hey, come on, y'all. I'm dead serious. We ain't finna win nothing like this. That y'all done offended the neighborhood that y'all want to rally with, so that doesn't make sense. And y'all not happy. Look. If you put anybody up there that's a black figure, it's gonna offend somebody. You knew you were gonna get this response.
We tearing it down.
But I'm not gonna stand by. I don't want to see not one person go to jail tonight. And y'all both sides are oppressed. You're not accomplishing a damn thing. Both sides oppressed, and they waiting to do it. Now I mean it. Hey, I need you to cut that bullhorn off.
You can't control them because you're enforcing a system, and that system has to be overthrown. That's why.
You ain't gonna do it this way. You're not gonna change it this way. You're not going to change it this way.
You called the police. You called the police. They ain't going nowhere because you
lying about how we called the police.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to call that you're disturbing the peace, all right? Now, this is oppression. Now, I'm going to make a service call because you can't. Now, I just asked for them to chill, and you don't even enforce and ask your own people to chill. What sense does that make sense? I said I'm about to. I will. Because you know what I care about? I don't want them going to jail. I don't want y'all going to jail. And I said, have some sense about it. This is stupid. I just got them. They just chill for a second, and she's still on the damn bullhorn. You're not organizing nothing. This is disorganization. Now I'm upset. You got every right, but what I'm telling you is, it ain't working like this, man.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. They said overthrow them Catholic priests that's raping all.
It's not working like this. If you want to reach them, you not doing this. Ain't gonna work.
You want to overthrow the system that's responsible for women being raped and brutalized? You want to overthrow a system that's responsible for 400 years?
What do Farrakhan got to do with that? What do Farrakhan got to do with that? What do Farrakhan got to do with that?
Hold on, y'all. Hey, use that megaphone. Hey, use that megaphone to say 16 shots on the cover up. 16 shots on the cover up. 16 shots on the cover up. 16 shots on the cover up.
Now they ain't gonna take neither side serious. Neither side. How y'all gonna protest anything now? Ain't neither side gonna be taken serious. Now you rocking with them, and you a man of color. You got to know what they telling you. They people. He a person of color. You got to understand this. And if you want to get our people awoke, you're not gonna do it by offending them, bro. I know that firsthand. These people offended. They offended.
I don't know if you know what the sign says.
We will not change our condition until we change ourselves. We have to stop being respectful.
We don't want to get in on the pressure. We want to end on pressure.
Okay. That was offensive.
Hey,
you just accused.
Snatch this brother. He is lost and confused.
Yeah, but you just accused Farrakhan of assimilating into a system. Where's your evidence at?
He's trying to work with the system. He's not trying to overthrow it.
Where is your evidence? I don't hear rhetoric. I get accused of stuff all the time. Where's your evidence? Tell me one factual thing that he's done that he assimilated.
Is there proof of him trying to overthrow the system?
You said what?
Is there proof of him trying to overthrow it?
Is there proof of him not?
It's about whether people that have been
There's more than that.
I've only heard Farrakhan get up and speak about what the white man has done oppressive to the black community. Farrakhan is the only one that I've seen that organized black men and put them in suits and have them marching through streets and neighborhoods. Farrakhan is the only one that I've seen who has his own independent religious facility, and at his will, he has given to many of our neighborhoods. Now, what proof do you have that he has sold and have assimilated?
The oppression of people. A whole idea.
You have none. You have none.
Did they trick you?
Confused. Let us help you. Come this way.
You can't even tell me.
Blink 2 times.
You can't tell me. Don't put in my community an accusation that you can't factually verify.
What accusation?
If you say don't assimilate to the system, but to overthrow, what have he done? What have he done against us? What has Farrakhan done against our people?
Farrakhan, what we said is
Farrakhan people to get in on oppression.
He wants to get in the oppression?
Now, the facts that we can summon is that you listen to Farrakhan's speech. You listen to what Farrakhan says. And he actually advocates. He actually advocates that black people have endured this suffering because God has wanted white people to do all these horrible things to test
what are you
black
talking
people.
about? What are you talking
Farrakhan
about?
does not advocate for people to rise up and get rid of their oppression. He tells black men to put black women in line. He demonizes gay people. He begs Donald Trump for a land in the Caribbean on the backs of the Caribbean people. And that's what Farrakhan says and advocates for. That is why what he represents is getting in on oppression.
It's a lot of white
Y'all can have our soldiers. Y'all can have our soldiers.
See, that's what I'm about the minister. The minister can always unite us.
Give it up. You the coldest out for this shit.
That's all y'all. This ain't no reason to stay.
No member of the Nation of Islam out here. You see what I'm saying? This is what the minister do. The minister unite us. The minister unite us. Of course he do. That's his calling. That's what he's put on earth to do.
Look at him.
Unite us.
Yeah, she said
Protecting the white woman.
Okay.
So in his speech,
Hold on, hey, y'all. Okay, I was only screaming because there's too many people talking. Let's actually have a conversation. Let's actually have a conversation. No more screaming. What's up, man?
have a conversation. So he has had many speeches, but we could even go to the one he just made a couple of days ago. Okay, because we can go back the whole 64 years and talk about his speeches. Even the speech he just gave on Sunday, right? He started off his talk saying that everything that white people have done to black people.
Come on, y'all. Let's listen. Let's hear what they got to say.
Because black people have been chosen to endure affliction. Because that is how they change themselves to God. And one day he will provide us. We're saying that these people are enslaved by saying
I agree. Oh, wait.
That's a great idea.
Excuse me. Can we go inside and have a sensible conversation?
10-year meeting.
Can we do that?
It's a discussion.
Huh?
See, brother, let me tell you something, black man. They got you the low man on the totem pole over here. They got you pointing to him. Stand strong on your position. What's your position? What you want to say on that? Come on, shut up.
I never deleted you. Did I delete you? Did I delete you?
You got your megaphone? No. I can see your stuff on Facebook. What are we talking about?
You got your megaphone. You got your megaphone.
Wait, what are we talking about, y'all? Focus, y'all. Focus, family. We surrounded by police. It's so many. This is crazy.
I deleted you on my Facebook. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not even thinking. We ain't thinking about that. It's more people showing up. Can we please go get an order of chicken from Sharks? Get some drinks and talk about this like some grown adults. Cause this is too much.
They out here blasting.
Hey, I'm finna buy the chicken. I'm going to buy some Sharks. We going inside. Can we go inside? Can we go in and have a conversation?
Which one? There's a number of things, all right? Not just one.
So what?
He came out here as a public servant.
Yes, we can have a. No, I think this is going to calm down and we're going to have a sensible conversation. And I'm about the food. I promise. Can we do that?
Not with a bunch of people that have been running a bunch of slander and lies.
Well, so you don't want a peaceful result.
Slander, lies, and threats.
And you overtalk me in the bullhorn, and I'm offering to buy you food. So don't assume what I'm gonna do. I said let's have a conversation.
When you just said that you want us to invite in our center people who have been slandering and lying against us and threatening us, that is not happening.
We weren't the aggressive ones.
I can't. I don't. You know what I saw in that video? I saw two passionate groups misunderstanding each other. It happens every day in Chicago.
Because they were threatening us.
What I'm
the
saying.
lies and the slander and the threats.
So what I'm saying to you is, you got a bullhorn. They yelling over you and they felt offended by your posting. I'm not condoning no bad behavior. What I'm saying is, if you want to reach this community, you're going to have to talk to it. Okay? They all live here. He lives here. He lives here. He lives here. I live here. She lives here. What do you mean? Huh?
It does not determine what's true. It does not determine what's in the interest
It determines that they live here.
It does not determine
tried. I tried. But that's all I can do.
I love Farrakhan. I love being black. I love being black. I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan. I love being black. I love being black. I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan.
Okay. So, I'm going to tell you, the largest reason why I'm out here is because ain't nobody going to jail. This is America. Freedom of speech. Free to assemble. I'm really out here for people's rights to be protected as they express their grievances and their disagreements. I had to yell because they got bullhorns. It's about 50 people talking at one time. I'm not going home. I am home. This is very, very passionately emotional because of a lot of particulars, including the fact that when there is a police-involved situation, a lot of the times the neighborhood guys have a different opinion on how to handle it from these individuals with the RevCon. They're revolutionists according to their definition. In other words, they believe in fighting in a literal sense. A lot of times they're the ones that are joining in the chants that's saying F12. So the community has gripes with them because they put literature throughout the neighborhood and they tell young people to say F12, and then when there's something that happens, they typically aren't there. What the hell did I get myself into? But if you want to make a difference in your community, you gotta show up when it's comfortable and when it's not. I know y'all ain't call no helicopters. This is crazy. And they are literally, there literally are police officers everywhere surrounding this group of people. But I will tell you what didn't happen. This was about to get volatile. They was about to start throwing blows. I think we avoided that, at least. Hey, hey, this is in the southeast side of Chicago. This is happening right now in the southeast side of Chicago. I know you ain't gonna want to hear this. Hey, but this is happening right here on the southeast side of Chicago. Hey, Jesse Smollett, it could have happened. Hey, Jesse, it could have happened, Jack. Hey, it could have happened, Jesse. It could have happened, Jesse.
You got a scratch on your face talking about two racists beat you down. And you kept a noose on your neck for 45 minutes till them people came. I wish somebody would call me and they still got the noose on their neck. I'm going to say, hold on, first of all.
Yeah, that was a little outlandish, but I don't know. He didn't want to tamper with evidence.
Come on, you got a scratch on your face talking about two racists jumped on you, said the N-word, used gay slurs.
Anybody got a pen? A pen?
I ain't got no pen.
You got no pen?
What y'all finna do?
I'm trying to get his information.
Yeah.
No, don't watch
Who
this
need
guy.
picture chairman for him?
Watch this.
What you need picture chairman for?
Watch this guy. No, I don't got no
social
pen.
media. Give him my Helen Thomas.
You with?
Yes.
This she not with me, but this is a leader in her own right. This is my sister.
Helen Thomas.
Helen Thomas. That's what Helen Thomas.
That's my social. Jedediah, would you let him know? Look at Jedediah's live. Look. Helen Thomas.
Who you voting for?
Vote or die. Vote for Jed or die. Jedediah, that's right. Jedediah for the 7th Ward. Come on, y'all. Come out, come out, come out. Y'all will get the best. This is the best man for the job. I don't have to.
And he out here in the trenches.
I don't want no commercial and all this. I'm Jedediah and I approve this mess. No,
he put it in work.
No, but seriously.
Get him in there, man. Get him in.
That's right. I don't have to talk about all this accolades, baby. Google him, he there. I don't care whatever come up. God damn it, that's Jedediah, and it is what it is. Okay, and I love Farrakhan.
He the only brother in here putting in the work. I don't see nobody out here doing what he doing, man. This is a good brother right here.
Love y'all guys.
Most definitely.
Hey. I didn't even know they had an office right here. Me? This is new to me. How long you been here? Huh? I just about 20 minutes. Well, as long as this video been going on.
Bro, we own it.
Yeah, what's up, King?
He be here.
I'm looking at some of the people showing up. I'm like, they better move around real soon. I'll be honest. Well, somebody tell them. Lord have mercy. Because I ain't going to be able to do nothing. This is crazy. This is crazy. Look at this image. Look at this image, y'all. Look at this image. A wall of Rev Com, a wall of, the community people, the police. This is crazy. I never thought I would see this image in my community.
What do y'all do? What do y'all do?
This is crazy.
Do that. Do that.
All these motherfucking pigs. There's too much bacon out here, man.
Hey, how long we gonna stay out here?
Somebody said, no, this is a great look for me because I ain't trying to look no other way than who I really am. I am not going to leave my community in a situation like this. I'm not. And this is what I'm telling y'all. This is why I'm able to speak about the pain and the issues and the plight of my community from experience, not reading a book or sitting in a ivory tower. And I'm actually proud to say that the Chicago police have done their job. They are protecting their right to free speech and assembly. It's heated debate. It's heated disagreement, just like y'all do in the household. Anybody that got a problem with this ain't telling the truth. You argue with your family members all the time. I tell you this, and I mean it from the depths of my soul. If we had elected officials who wasn't afraid to show up in this, they'll go back. I will go right to my office tomorrow, and I'm going to figure out how the hell we can get this group and that group to have a real conversation so we can get to the bottom of this and a solution. I wouldn't leave this alone, and then it get crazy, and then everybody want to be feeling all kind of ways. This is what happens in Chicago every single day. Every single day. How you doing, Queen? Just a disagreement about, well, they put up a post about Farrakhan. It offended the group, and it's just a little healthy argument. They're going to be all right.
You know somebody needs to bust out.
Where you at, Red Con? Come on.
You're getting away for free. You're getting away for free.
Y'all stood in the car trial. Y'all don't even know the check. I'm getting the hell out of here, y'all. I'm out, man. I'm using up my battery and stuff. Ain't going no money.
People selling bus cards. They're selling CTA bus cards. No, it's not over a poster. It's over what the poster said. The poster said basically that Farrakhan was compromised. But beyond that, you got to know the history. Whenever there's a police-involved situation in South Shore, RevCom is on the scene, and RevCom, they feel like RevCom is inciting
Drop my watch.
Inciting, and a lot of our community members have been
Punch 63.
a lot of our community members have been locked up, they've been beat up because they've tried to spew some of the rhetoric that they've spewed in the neighborhood, and and the community members are simply fed up of it. The poster's gone.
Alright.
You see what this is, right?
Yeah. It's real beef right here. This and the nation ain't even out here. I told the nation.
Nation is out here.
Huh?
Nation always.
What you talking about that? I hope so.
Seven Ward Alderman.
I hope so. I'm optimistic. This is the ward. This is the 7th ward right here.
Aldermen allowed them, and whoever rented them this, they going out of business. Leslie going. She won't be the old. She
No, this is 7th ward.
I mean, Jedediah in the 7th. Just see how you Jedediah in the 7th.
What's the exact 71st and Bennett is 7th.
Only
71st and Bennett is 7th ward.
Jedediah in the 7th.
Or just that side?
Oh wait, it might be Bennett.
Right.
So it might be that side over there. Yeah. It's right next door then.
Dude said fuck William Calloway right here.
They talking about
Who said that?
police talking about
Him, no, him.
No, that dude right there.
Well, he said it too.
bullshit on the pole.
Hold on. Did you said F. William Calloway?
Fuck all that shit y'all putting on the man. Fuck all that shit y'all talking about, man.
But we can talk about
all that,
William
man.
Calloway.
Is that you feel that way?
It's over
I
with.
did not say that.
Nah, it's over.
And I
It's
do
over.
have some things to say about what he represents, and when he tells people to get out of the streets and stop fighting oppression, that's when I call him out.
Is there?
But I don't think he's the same as Farrakhan.
Hey,
I never
what's
said
going
that.
on, Queen?
One thing for sure though, this is my community, so I see y'all suing all you little fuck old ass bitches that kill y'all. That's right.
This is not.
The B word.
No, y'all, no. No, y'all. See, this too much. We're doing this too much.
Let's go. Hey, Jedediah, you go ahead. You got your people.
Hey, Sister Carol.
No, this Willie. This Will people, eh?
This ain't.
This is
I
your
think
ward.
my ward across the street.
No, this is your ward.
No,
This
it
is your
is.
ward.
It's cut off. It's cut off. It's not. It's not. It's cut off. It's right there. Cut off right there. It's cut off right there. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, yours over there.
Don Nash.
Rolling out, y'all. We rolling out, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for coming.
Well, one thing that I'm proud about is everybody just spoke their piece. Nobody.
I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan. I love being black. I love black people. I love Farrakhan. I love Farrakhan. I love being black.
What side
I
was that?
love black people. Come on out of here. Okay. We leaving, y'all. We out here.
I just want to thank the Chicago police for actually protecting these people's right to assemble and freedom of speech. Ain't nobody go to jail. I'm so proud of 3rd District, real talk. Thank y'all for not whooping on not locking nobody up today. Woo! All right, man.
Gotta get up, bro.
All right. I don't know none of y'all. I love y'all. I love everybody. I love y'all too. All right. No arrest. No arrest. No arrest. I don't care what nobody say. I am happy today. No arrest. Now y'all need to go in, going in, y'all. It's cold now. Don't catch no sickness out here. Council, until we meet again. Well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave this alone. I think everybody got a right to express themselves. On my soul. I've been seeing y'all do this for a long time. But if it's offensive and you're not willing to at least try to fix it or have a conversation, this ain't gonna work. It's gonna keep getting worse. You disagree? And William Calloway is my brother, so when you said that, now I really did get offended. And the reason why
I like how you take everything they say as truth when they were making the shit up all night, okay? And this is actually part of what we need to do.
Absolutely.
Reveal how petty the whole movement has gotten. Everything is about petty squabbles and blocks. None of it has to do with how humanity gets free. That is why we're out here calling out Farrakhan's bullshit, because he talks about how people can become oppressors. He goes after other oppressed groups of people, goes after black women, gay people, goes after immigrant people, and he wants black people, some of them who do hate this suffering, to get in on it. And that's why we do got to call it out, because everybody, if anybody's going to get free, people need to learn the difference between oppression and liberation. And if people can't tell the difference, then they're going to be vulnerable to being used by the oppressors over and over again. And that's why Farrakhan has made people susceptible to being used by the oppressors. That's how Malcolm X was able to be assassinated and the government hid their hand, because they allowed people like Farrakhan to say all this shit about Malcolm X and how people like the United Slaves were used to assassinate Black Panther leaders. And luckily in Chicago, they tried to do the same thing, but the Peace Stone Rangers wouldn't fall for it and wouldn't actually swallow all the bullshit and just attack the Black Panthers. They had their differences, but they wouldn't just go after Fred Hampton.
Now let me interject.
No. This is a lesson that has been paid for.
I listened to you, so now you.
I'm not done though.
But you saying a lot, so now let me interject.
Because we listen to a lot of bullshit.
Let me interject now, sir.
Now I'm just gonna say
you
one more sentence.
You can't tell me that I sat there and believed anybody. You know why I came to you? Because you were clearly the leader. And I was basically saying to you, help me mitigate the situation. I asked you for resolution. I never believed anybody or took no side.
Okay,
nor did I repeat or spew anything besides
Calloway.
what I heard.
You believe what they said?
Yeah, that part I did not like. Okay?
You believe what they said?
Hold on. Let me say this though. That's how I know who your lawyer is. That's how I know who Grant is. I didn't been in many marches with y'all and have never been offensive towards y'all. Have I not?
I'll just finish my last.
As a matter of fact, I've made sure that you didn't go to jail several times.
Last point.
Okay.
The lesson that people have paid for in blood is that they can be used to attack and take down revolutionaries and revolutionary leaders, and that's the road that these people are on. And if they're going to not be used by this system, people have to learn to delineate between actual argument and program and what people represent, and not all the bullshit that you saw out here, because that's a perfect example of how the movements all over this country, not just here in Chicago, have been degraded so much where they're not even talking about the reality and the problem and solution and debating what's the way forward, that people are just susceptible to being played. And everybody can face choice about what side they want to be on.
Anybody who can stand on what they believe, I'm all for it. I'm actually not against it. But what I'm saying to you, sir, is that for you to say any leader that these people respect for whatever reason shouldn't be respectable, you're going to get that kind of response. So all I'm saying to you, and I'm going to repeat, is that creating a wall of defense is not going to get people who are clearly aggravated, agitated, and aggressive to hear anything that you're saying. I've done it enough times to know it's the wrong route to take. And so what I'm saying to you is, and I was not out here as an enemy. What I'm saying to you is I didn't even know y'all had a damn office here. But I'm saying that they were offended. People don't listen past offense. And it's a different route. It's a different way. You're not going to liberate oppressed people if they look at you as somebody that's oppressing them.
The fact that people, including yourself, are not offended by everything that comes out of Farrakhan.
You don't know what I'm offended by. Stop assuming who I am.
Like yourself, and maybe yourself, are not offended by what Farrakhan says and what it means for oppressed people is an example.
Don't assume who I am. And let me be very clear here. I am not proud of any of us. Because while everybody doing all this yelling about who got it wrong, I ain't seen nobody get it right. That's the first thing. And here's the second thing, sir. The second thing is nobody can win no badge of honor. But what I will say is no matter what I feel about what our leaders are not or they are doing, at least the man speaks about things that we sometimes think and or feel. And if you got something to add to the conversation, add to it. But you do not have to tear somebody down to rise up yourself. And you did that in Black History Month in a predominantly black community. They had every right to feel offended.
No, man.
And there ain't nothing that you're going to say to change my mind, and I think it's vice versa.
See, Farrakhan's the one that's part of tearing people down. And if we don't
and now
see
you're
through
tearing down Farrakhan.
If we don't see through
you said you're not proud of William Calloway. You probably don't like me either. But guess what? Whenever something goes on in this city, we're the only ones who show up. We're the only ones that show up.
You do things I like, you do things I don't like. And when you do things I don't like, I tell you.
Ditto.
Okay?
Ditto.
And what I'm saying is, if people don't learn to deal with what people actually represent, say, and do, people are never going to get free, including what Farrakhan represents, says, and does is actually poison for people. And if people are not getting offended by that, that's an example of the fact that people are not thinking about how to get free.
Okay, I got one last question. I got to go.
That's
As the leader, do you think that you did everything you could to make sure that this didn't turn violent tonight?
Absolutely. We did everything we could to make the actual debate be what it needs to be, which is about what's the real problem and what's the real solution. How do we understand why people are oppressed and how to get free? And we did everything to do that on the terms of what humanity needs, not who looks good and who looks bad.
Gentlemen and ladies, have a great night. Get warm.
We're on fire with
Grant,
revolution.
nice to see you. You can't say nothing? Yeah. What is this? What is this? Now you could bet Grant, really? I think this is what they got a problem with right here in the indoctrination of our community. Wow. Grant is somebody that wow. Lord have mercy. Let me get in this car and say my piece and get off this live. Hey, could you open the door? You cannot come into nobody's community and tear down the people who have a voice, who look like them, and think that you are going to be received at all. And there have been so many times where the Rev group have offended the community, and the police have wanted to beat them up and lock them up, and I was one of the only ones who made sure that they did not go to jail. But you cannot do it. And I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to be brutally honest. I wish that there was more that we would see from our leaders. And we don't always see it. But that does not mean that it is better served of us to destroy them or try to tear down their name or their legacy. I'm not completely satisfied with everything. But I'm going to tell you this. It's only one man that's from the household of faith, and he's not even from my household of faith, that has ever spoken to the disdain and the frustration that I have felt as a black man in this country, and that is Farrakhan. He has been able to articulate things that I have thought and I've wondered about. And I am not going to take it lightly or kindly for anybody to respect that man, disrespect that man, no matter what you feel they are or are not doing. And I'm saying this to every person that is not of color that's going to see this video. You are not doing me any justice or any good if you're going to try to help me be liberated, tearing from anything, and you got to tear down the people who look like me just to do it. It's not gonna work. Chicago, I don't care about who didn't like that they said this looked bad. This is what I'm saying, and that's the other thing. We can't figure this out. We can't figure this out to save the life of us. Talking about it look bad. You know what look bad? that it's only 43,000 people in Chicago that have voted for elected officials and people that's going to run a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That looks bad. What looks bad is that I'm hearing more about Jesse Smollett than I'm hearing about Baby Chase and Kiera Cole's missing, and ain't nobody really raising no real stint about that. That's what looks bad. What looks bad is the fact that the unemployment rate is so high amongst African-American men, African-American women in this city, and they're overtaxing us and overticketing us, and the black community is quiet as it relates to who is going to get us out of this mess that we're in. What looks bad is the fact that we keep on playing with these politicians who don't show up, and then we wonder why they don't do what they need to do on our behalf. What looks bad is that y'all don't even know who your candidates are because you're not researching or looking at it. And guess what? And I just saw, for the life of me, for the very life of me, even if I didn't like what they were doing, you know what I saw? I saw a wall of people who were not black, held themselves strong, didn't move, had some level of discipline, even though I didn't like the way some of it was. And I watched them stand there on their laurels. We got some problems as a people, and we are too distracted with the wrong stuff. And it's got to change. It's got to change. And I ain't worried about nobody hurting my campaign, because you can't hurt my purpose. And I say this to you today for people who keep on worrying about candidacy. If I win this race or if I lose this race, it's going to be as Jedediah Brown, somebody that want to see us become better. And I'm growing. If nothing else, this has grown me up in a whole lot of ways. But this is what I'm happy. I am free to be myself. And this is what I will say. Last thing I will say, and I'm done. Farrakhan, we need you, sir. We need the Nation of Islam. And we need the Fruit of Islam to be so evident and so strong in the final hours of what's taking place in Chicago. Because every single young black person that I just watched out there defending your name, that have love from you from the depths of their soul, they need you to give direction of how we get out of this mess we're in the city of Chicago, and selecting those that are going to lead us moving forward. Now you can't be quiet. And for Barack Obama, while you want to get your library built, I'm going to say this. I wish you would have told us that the system is designed for the ignorant to keep the powerful in place. To not deal with the issues, but to play on the ignorances. And last but not least, I need you to get your butt up and stop endorsing people for elected office and come and tell us how you're going to make sure that your Obama Center is not going to gentrify and displace all of the black people who would do the same thing if they put a poster up with your name in negative lights across the board. And every black person running for elected office, if you don't get yourself busy, and I'm talking about now, we're going to deal with another 4 years of this mess. Chicago, I love you. America, sometimes you be tripping. But I love you too. I'm not perfect. I ain't claiming to be. But I know I damn sure am faithful when it comes to loving y'all crazy selves. Good night.